The 7 deadly sins aren't found as a list in the Bible. They're a framework that helps expose the sins beneath the sins. This isn't about studying church tradition. It's about holding your life up to Scripture and asking one uncomfortable question. What does the way I live reveal about the condition of my heart? So join life coach Gary Holtz as he discusses the 7 deadly and asks the uncomfortable questions. Let's go.
Good morning and welcome back to the Northman Coaching 7 Deadly Sin series. I'm your host, Gary Holtz. Today, we will be discussing the deadly sin of greed. So first, I want to go into Proverbs 15, verse 27. Most people hear the word greed and they immediately picture a billionaire or a corrupt politician, maybe a CEO on Wall Street. But that's not how the Bible defines greed. So listen to what Proverbs says. Whoever is greedy for unjust gain troubles his own household, but he who hates bribes will live. It doesn't say that greed destroys your bank account. It says it destroys your home. That's the danger of greed. It never stays in your wallet. It makes its way into your marriage, into your parenting, into your friendships, and worst of all, it makes its way into your integrity. Greed is never satisfied. It always whispers just a little bit more money, and I'll be good. A little more success, and I will be loved. A little more recognition, and everything will be great. A little more stuff, and before you know it, you have traded your family for some fucking overtime. Your peace for a paycheck. Your integrity for a promotion. Your relationship with God for a life that still leaves you empty. Here's a truth that nobody wants to hear. Greed is not about how much you have. It's about what you have is enough. Some of the richest people on earth are greedy, and some of the poorest people are greedy as well, because greed is not measured by your income. It is measured by your contentment. Then Solomon says something powerful. Whoever is greedy for unjust gain troubles his own household. Notice who pays the price here. It's not just you. It is your entire household. It is your wife. It is your children. It is the ones who loved you the most. Your pursuit of more eventually becomes their burden to carry. How many fathers have missed their kids growing up because they convinced themselves that they were doing it for the family? How many marriages have quietly died because money became more important than presence? How many people have sacrificed their character for things they cannot take with them when they die? Jesus asked a question of every one of us to answer. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? That, my friend, is greed. Winning is everything, while losing what matters most. Now, do not misunderstand me. There is nothing wrong with building wealth. There is nothing wrong with owning a business. And there is nothing wrong with success. In fact, if you look at the Bible, all throughout it, Abraham had wealth, and David had wealth. Even Job had wealth. The problem isn't having money. The problem is when money has you. When your identity comes from your possessions, you will never own enough. When your security comes from your paycheck, you will never feel secure enough. When your purpose comes from your success, you will never feel successful enough. Only God can satisfy a soul. Everything else leaves you hungry. So here is today's challenge. I want you to ask yourself, what am I chasing so hard that I am neglecting what God has already entrusted to me? Because if your ambition costs you your integrity, it isn't ambition anymore. It is now greed. And remember, the way you look on the outside is a direct reflection of what is happening on the inside. So remember, stand firm, walk tall, build a legacy, and be the man. That's all I got, guys. I will see you next Tuesday. Until then, look in the mirror, guys.